What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now 222 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the year, which is in a couple of weeks or so. Only time will tell, but as I've said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store, so be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it, on the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. But with that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this: who would you guys like to see get called up to the main roster from NXT? Let me know down in the comments below. And speaking of call-ups, it appears that we have some very interesting news that might sound very bizarre, but there's been a lot of rumors going around saying that Roman Reigns and the OG Bloodline could end up getting transferred to Monday Night Raw. But also, we are also going to be talking about this new transfer window and how it's going to work. So let's get down to it. Let's get straight to it. Obviously, we know that Roman Reigns had been a staple to SmackDown for the last almost 6 years now, and when he got traded over to SmackDown, when it was on the USA Network, and it was known as SmackDown Live, which aired on Tuesdays, which was very funny. He became a staple ever since then, and he even literally took the Universal Championship and dominated the Fox era of SmackDown with an iron fist, which led to obviously the move back over to the USA Network. And just a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, it was announced that there would be a transfer window. Now from what I'm understanding, the way it works, the way it's gonna work is this. Apparently, all the GMs of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, obviously obviously Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, and of course Ava are are going to be discussing over the next few weeks who will be transferred to what brands. So for example, I think it was like last week on SmackDown, we saw guys like Gunther, the world heavyweight champion, potentially being traded over to SmackDown. We saw the Judgment Day's Dirty Dominic Mysterio, potentially being transferred over to SmackDown. American Made was on SmackDown as well. There was even also some talks about superstars from NXT showing up over to SmackDown, including one current NXT champion, Trick Williams, which honestly I think it's ideal for Trick to get called up to the main roster, because at this point now Trick is already one of the biggest stars on NXT. I think aside from the current NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez, but according to the sources of PW Nexus, apparently everybody across all three brands are all actually eligible to be a part of this new transfer system. And it's weird because when you look at what happened during War Games, there's been a lot of rumors that we're gonna be seeing some brand new signings to WWE, including one Zilla Fatu, who's actually I believe he's the son of Umaga, and he basically pledged his allegiance to the OTC Roman Reigns, who apparently again as we talked, as I just mentioned, is supposedly going to be transferred over to Raw when it moves to Netflix, and apparently Roman won't be advertised for any more shows for the rest of the year. So the very first Raw of the new year, when it does move over to Netflix, they are going to bring him on Raw, and apparently there's going to be an announcement that he will be a mainstay to Raw for the next decade or so, depending on how long he has left in his time with WWE. But only time will tell. But as far as who I want to see go to where, honestly, as crazy as it sounds, I think we need to see both Ray and Dom back over to SmackDown. And the reason for this is because I feel like Dom has become probably one of the biggest, probably one of the best heels that we've had in WWE so far. And excuse me, the heat that he had gotten over the last year or so, yeah, I want to say the last year or two, has been absolutely insane. And if you compare the heat that Dom got to how much heat that the New Day got after their little their little quarrel, if you will, with Big E during their 10th anniversary segment, New Day has gotten some of the biggest heat we have ever seen. So it's possible that we could see the New Day on, stay on Raw. I know that there's been a lot of chatter for some people from the main roster to go back to SmackDown, like maybe like perhaps Maxine Dupree, and maybe like Apollo Crews, because I know that Apollo getting called up to the main roster via the draft, not a good idea. That was probably the worst thing possible, because he's just sure he might have had a couple of big matches on SmackDown, but after that he just got lost in the shuffle. And the way I see it, I think he needs to go back to NXT to finish what he started, and that was complete the road to becoming NXT champion, and then maybe we could see him become a megastar on the main roster. There's also been a lot of chatter that we could also see excuse me. We could see what's that one tag team? Was it the Lucha Brothers? I think it is. Be a part of the Raw roster, which could really help elevate the Raw, the tag team division on Raw to heights never thought possible, which they could pose a massive threat to Finn Balor and JD McDonough as World Tag Team Champions. So that's something to definitely consider. Another person that I think that should go back to NXT. Excuse me. As crazy as it sounds, if I can get on to let's see here. Here we are. WWE Superstars. Here we are. Another person that I think should go back to NXT, at least in my eyes anyway. And I'm probably gonna be getting some heat for this, but I feel like that Ilya Dragunov should go back to NXT, just because I feel like ever since he lost the tournament to crown a number one contender for the Intercontinental title, I feel like he's just been lost in the shuffle. Obviously now, yes, he is injured and he'll be out for a while. But I feel like all he's ever been good for was just for his charisma, I guess. So, but by putting him back in NXT, there's a lot to consider. He could be a massive threat, not just to the NXT title, but to the NXT North American title as well. So that's definitely something to think about. But also, I could even also see as well Seth freaking Rollins going back over to SmackDown. We could see again, talking about Rey Mysterio and his son Dom, we could see the entire LWO go over to SmackDown. Maybe Rey and Dom can finally put their differences to rest, and maybe Dom could join the LWO, which is possible, but who knows? I think as well, like, I feel like Jay needs to break away from the OG bloodline, just because I feel like, looking at what he's done already, he's an even bigger star than he was when he was in the bloodline. And I think there's definitely money to be made there. Who else is someone that should end up back in NXT? Looking down the line, honestly, like on the SmackDown side of things, as crazy as it sounds, and I'm probably gonna be getting I'm probably gonna get some heat for this, but I think BFAB should be another one to go back to NXT. And the reason for it is because yes, she has gotten praise from the entire WWE universe, especially after Bobby Lashley got release of his contract earlier this year. But ever since then, they've both BFAB and the Street Profits, they have established themselves as massive threats, not only to the WWE tag team titles, but also to the WWE women's title and to the women's US title as well. So whoever wins that women's US title, BFAB is definitely going to be gunning for them for that superstar for sure. And as far as the Profits go, after what DIY did, I think it's safe to say that the Street Profits are the odds-on favorites to win those tag titles off of DIY, which is possible. But now that DIY is heel, which I don't like, honestly, I'm curious to see how long they'll be able to hold on to those tag titles before they do something stupid to get them released. At least that's just my opinion anyway. But as far as this window transfer, again, everybody is eligible they are eligible for trade on Raw. Literally everybody on Raw, on SmackDown, on NXT, they are all eligible for trade. So we could end up seeing, again, as I said, someone from Raw or SmackDown going over to NXT, and we could even also see as well superstars from Raw and SmackDown trading to other brands. But we could also see as well a few NXT call-ups, which some are pretty well deserved. Like, definitely, like one that comes into mind is obviously Julia. She's already one of the biggest names in women's wrestling. And I mean, honestly, her on Raw or SmackDown, that would be awesome. I think it would be awesome to see Julia just completely terrorize the women's division on Raw or SmackDown. Especially if it was Julia versus someone like Liv Morgan. Woo-hoo! That would be one hell of a fight, to say the very least. But I want your guys' opinion. Who do you think should get called up from NXT, and to what brand? And who should get traded to what? Let me know down in the comments below. And that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.